Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Gran Turismo 7. It's a Thursday, which of course means we have a brand new lap time challenge to go ahead and tackle. Featuring the Alpine VGT over at Barcelona. It's an incredibly fast, fun and frantic lap time challenge, and it'll probably have you wanting to pull your hair out. So here is your overview then. Lap time challenge, Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya on the GP no chicane layout, featuring the Alpine Vision Gran Turismo 2017. Top 3% is gold, top 5% is silver, and top 10% is bronze. Now, of course, I've already said the track itself. As for the entry period, it is the 22nd of May 2025 until the 5th of June 2025. Now, usable tyres and types. This is hosted on the Racing Soft compound of tyre. Wide body prohibited, nitrous and overtake prohibited, and of course your specified car is the Alpine VGT, which is the full spec'd out version. It is in no way limited. The car restrictions, well, it's a mid-speed BOP. Car use can be a garage or event specified, and car settings will be specified. As for race settings, normal track limits and both penalties are set to on. So first of all, let's start off with general tips. This is the portion of the video where I give you some more generalized tips for the online time trial. And the first thing I recommend doing is heading over to the global ranking leaderboard and loading up a replay. This way you can keep an eye on what the fastest current time is currently typically doing. Next up, when you actually load into the online time trial itself, head once again back over to the ranking board, global rankings, and load up a ghost from there, and just again monitor what they're doing. You can also reset the ghost to respawn near you. So next up, we are going to move into the actual assists and such. Now honestly, counter steering on weak may help you in this car. Now for me personally, I run all assists off and just have the ABS on default. However, if you are not confident with this car and you just can't get that little slip on exit to, kind of go away by short shifting, then honestly counter steer on weak may actually assist you here. Next up is manual transmission. I fully recommend this because you need full control of your gears through every single corner. The automatic transmission in Gran Turismo 7 is pretty horrific and more than likely will bump you into a gear that you don't need to be in at that point. So again, short shifting is crucial, and the best way to achieve that is a manual transmission. And next up is going to be watching out for the curbs. It's very hit and miss with this car as to which curbs it likes and which curbs it doesn't. And honestly, the only way you're going to learn that is by going around and honestly just getting the practice in. That way you can see which curbs the car can run on and which ones it's not going to enjoy. Also watch out for the little bit of a sausage curb on turn 1 and turn 2. Those quite often will just throw the car off completely and you'll end up in the gravel. So let's move on to the next section of the video, the car itself. Now of course we're using a Vision Gran Turismo car here. However, personally I think it's one of the better ones. This is the Alpine VGT from 2017. It's classified as a Group 1 race car. It has a PP rating of 860.45, a displacement of 4,200cc, an RR drivetrain, a max power of 594 brake horsepower, weighing only 930 kilograms. It's also naturally aspirated. If you want to buy it for yourself, it's going to set you back the typical VGT price of 1 million credits. This is the fully fledged version of the Alpine VGT nonetheless. And like I said, I actually quite like this VGT. I think it's one of the better performing ones in the game. So as for the Alpine VGT, this is a 594 brake horsepower, 4.2 litre V8 Group 1 race car. It does have a 7-speed transmission. However, note, when it comes to this online time trial, you are never really ever going to need that 7th gear. Most of the time when it comes to the corners, you're going to be taking them in 2nd to 3rd gear mainly. And again, when it comes to this car, gearing is absolutely crucial. Now in terms of the car itself, it is a high downforce, high grip and incredible brake car. So overall it's very typical of a Group 1 car and very typical of a Vision Gran Turismo car. Now another thing to note is that it can slip or bounce on curbs, and like I mentioned earlier, the only way to really kind of get used to which ones it likes and which ones it doesn't is by just going ahead, getting out on track and practice running them. Now again, with track limits you do have to be incredibly careful, but once you can kind of shave off and find which sort of temps you can save by running certain curbs, you'll be absolutely in your groove then. But again, be very, very wary of those tiny little sausage curbs on turn 1 and turn 2, as those are the ones that will bounce you and throw you into the gravel. Now, in terms of the car itself, it does react very well to short shifting. There's plenty of power from this car, so when you short shift, it's going to give you full traction as well as quite easily pull itself out the corner. And next up might sound a little bit like I'm, kind of countering that point with it's, saying it likes to shift at peak revs, but that is mainly for the straights. So a lot of cars, they do like to be kind of shift in the mid-range. This one, rev it all the way out, shift and onto the next gear when it comes to the straights. And overall, you should get the best possible performance from this thing. Let's move on to the lap itself then. Now, honestly, I'll admit I was getting incredibly frustrated, and it's probably going to take me a few days to sort of kind of calm down from it and go back and be even quicker. So we're going to start off on the long main straight of Barcelona. Now, you're looking for this board here on the left, the 100 board. That is going to be your braking zone. Get all the way into first gear and then try and get yourself over the sausage curve without hitting it. Short shift into second and do the same for the left-hander. Now, as you can see, it did bounce me just slightly wide, but I just got away with it. We're up into third gear at this point and we're keeping the revs nice and low. Full power once you get the angle right and go out wide to the left-hand side. Now, just before the bridge where the shadow is, you're going to brake, bring the car down the gears once again and dip yourself into first gear. Then, once you get the angle correct, short shift into second and bring the throttle back in. That way you can then get yourself at a nice angle to sweep back over to the right-hand side to get ready for the left-hander here. So once again, revs up, brake into second gear, into first gear, and then getting ourselves on the inside of the apex here. So run the curb slightly, short shift for grip, and full power out. Get yourself up onto the curb on the right, and then all the way down to this left-hander here. Admittedly, this is one of my weakest corners in the entirety of GT7. So we get it into first, we then short shift up to second, and then angle it that we go up on the curb and over the sausage curb so we don't bounce on it, and then shift up to third. Go too far over, it'll invalidate you. We're then going to get the car in third as the curb on the left ends. We're then going to brake, maintain third gear, and then full power out up onto the curb. Once again, being careful not to invalidate that time. Then, on the right-hand side, you are looking for just before the 100 board. Brake, get the car into first gear, and bring it into the apex. Short shift on exit, and then go out nice and wide, ready for this left-hander. You can cut it quite a bit on this left-hander, so just be wary of that. Again, it can upset the balance of the car, but you do want to cut it for the best possible time. Once again, into first gear, and then getting ready to short shift up to second as we start bringing the power back in. Up nice and wide, and then get ready for another little cut here. So on the right-hand side, you can chop a lot of the corner off and get your angle even better when it comes out to running on the next curb. So you can see we take a lot of the shortcutty section there, up into fourth gear, back into third at the end of the sausage curb, and then here we go for the final corner, up across the curb and then across the line. Definitely not my best lap and really not the most enjoyable. It was quite frustrating at times how, close I'd get to getting into those, sort of key times that I want to be in. But unfortunately, just slight mistakes on every single lap was really starting to grind at me. So definitely one that I'm going to go back to. But overall, a very fast and enjoyable one, even if it is a little bit frustrating. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Peace.